Eagle, proud symbol of our country, keep on flying high up above, and together we will stand and we'll restore the land. Oh, eagle, keep on flying, eagle.
Oh, welcome in to Listen to the Eagle, your live call-in radio show, hunting, fishing, God, family, country, and anything Paul Ott wants to talk about. Bert Ott Carruth, your host, coming to you live from the Reed's Metal Studio right here at the beautiful Farm Bureau building in Jackson, Mississippi, alongside Paul Ott down in the Scenic Rivers region by phone. Paul Ott, it is turkey season. We've been talking the last 3 weeks. It is close, but it is here.
There ain't no doubt about it, but they're gobbling everywhere. And I'm at the ballpark at Summit, and everybody's got their radio on listening to Eagles. I can't even listen to the game, but everybody's listening to you out here at the ballpark.
Well, that's a good thing, Paul Ott.
I know it.
And the reason I know it's turkey season is because we've got a great show tonight. We've got two guests that are about as turkey as you can get. We've got, hopefully, Tyler Jordan will be calling in from Realtree to talk about a new pattern they have coming out, and also about a new turkey hunting show on the Outdoor Channel that Realtree is promoting. And then we've also got Dr. Clay Johnson, as we've been following for the last 3 to 4 years, about his great quest in harvesting a turkey in all 49 states across this great nation. And the reason it's 49, Paul Ott?
There ain't no turkeys in Alaska, Bert.
No turkeys in Alaska. And we'll get an update. We'll kind of share with you, if this is your first time finding out about Dr. Clay Johnson, he'll share with you how this started and his quest, and then he'll update us on what's going on in his world of the last few states he's got to get. Paul Ott, it is time now to go to our first guest tonight, and as I told y'all, we know it's turkey season when you're able to get Tyler Jordan on from Realtree. Tyler, welcome, Listen to the Eagle, brother.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Man, we are wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for taking the time for being with us. We had John Youngblood, who works with Realtree and is a dear friend of our family, a couple of months ago, and we were promoting Realtree. But Tyler, I know y'all got a new pattern coming out. You got a new series that you're going to put on the Outdoor Channel, and man, I just want to thank you for coming on. And I guess first, let's start about the new pattern, man.
Yeah, I tell you, we're full go right now with turkey season here in Alabama. I'm sure y'all have, maybe started hunting too. I think season came in around the same time for you guys. Is that right?
That's right. Well, it's here. We're on it.
Have y'all got any turkeys yet?
We had some people last week call in, and everybody's really excited. The youth event started about a week ago, and we'll start getting some calls tonight. I bet you there were some good turkeys harvested this past week. I know we're going to have a guest on, Tyler, on the second half of the show, a guy named by the name of Dr. Clay Johnson from Southwest Mississippi, and he's on a quest. It's a cool quest, Tyler. He's on a quest to harvest a turkey in all 49 states. He's been doing it for about the last 8 years, and he's got about 4 states left.
Wow. That's impressive.
It is. Golly. It is, no doubt. So I invite you, and I'll send you a link of the show when it's over to kind of hear his update. I think he's down to 4 states now. It's pretty cool.
Man, I would love to hear that for sure. Well, tell him we said good luck from all of us at Realtree. That's probably something not a lot of people have been able to do before. So, and more power to him.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, matter of fact, Realtree sent down Michael Waddell down here, and Dr. Clay Johnson and myself and Michael. It was a big youth event. It was opening weekend for youth, and we got to meet Michael and hang out. And then actually my son, Cade, actually harvested his first turkey that weekend. So it was a real cool deal for us.
Oh, that's awesome. Yep, I'm actually so we're doing this new turkey series, and so I'm actually Wednesday, for whoever's listening, y'all be sure to tune in, and Wednesday we're going to do a live hunt. We've done a couple of them already. We haven't been successful yet. We've gotten close a few times, but it's going to be part of our Spring Thunder series. So we have a new digital series that we have on YouTube. And so every Monday we have a new 15 to 20-minute episode. Philip Culpepper and I both are hosting it from Realtree. And so that's been airing for the last 3 to 4 weeks. And then we're on top of that, we're doing, maybe once a week for right now. We did it twice last week. We're going to do it just at random times, but we're going to go live for the whole morning. So as soon as the sun comes up, we're starting at 7:15. We go for about 4 hours live on the cameras. That's about how long the battery can last. But I think Wednesday we're going to do it with Waddell. So y'all be sure to tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll be able to get our first turkey of the year. So we're pumped about that.
Man, that is awesome. So for our listeners that are out there, what do they just go to YouTube and search it, Realtree, or how would we find that?
So it's going to be a Facebook Live event. You can go to Realtree Outdoors Facebook.
Oh, wow.
And it'll be on there. So starting it, and we'll make an announcement the night before just to make sure that we're all lined up. But it's probably going to be, it'll be on Facebook, and then we're also going to have just a condensed version of that hunt on our Spring Thunder page. So that's springthundertv.com. And then we also have a Realtree Spring Thunder YouTube page, which will have we have 3 episodes during the week. Those are pretty short, 5 to 6 minutes long, just weeklies. And then every Monday, it's a new episode, about 15 to 20 minutes, that kind of recaps the whole week, all the exciting footage from that week. So that's something new we're doing just for this year. Hopefully if everything goes well this year, we'll continue to do it. We're also looking at doing something on the whitetail side too. So, it's been a lot of fun. It's hard to do. I mean, obviously the live events are really cool, but, with the digital series and the live stuff we're doing on Facebook, it's about the closest thing we can get to doing any kind of live hunting action. And so it's pretty neat. We have 2 people when we do the live events in the woods. We have 2 cameras going with us, and then we have a third person there that's the switcher between the cameras. So it's been pretty cool.
Tyler, do you mind? Will you hang on one more segment with us? We're coming up against a hard break. I'd really like to visit with you a little bit more. Thank you. Visit with Tyler Jordan of Realtree. He's kind enough to tell us about the Thunder Turkey Series, and he's going to stay one more segment. We'll be right back with more Tyler Jordan and Realtree. Welcome back in to Listen to the Eagle. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Bert Ott Carruth, your host, coming to you live from the Reed's Metal Studio, right here at the beautiful Farm Bureau building in Jackson, Mississippi, alongside the legend Paul Ott down in beautiful Scenic Rivers region in southwest Mississippi. We've got the privilege tonight. We got Mr. Tyler Jordan of Realtree on with us tonight. And Tyler, again, just thank you so much for being a part of the show. And I know in case we've got some listeners just joining us in the previous segment, we were talking about the big live event this Wednesday, and if you don't mind, recap that for our listeners.
Yeah, for sure. We have a new digital series also out too, springthundertv.com. You can check that out. So every Monday we'll have a 15 to 20-minute episode, and then during the week on YouTube we'll have about 3 different episodes that are just dailies, and that's just kind of like a 5 to 7 minute video of just kind of recapping the day. But this Wednesday, we've already done 2 of them. You can look forward to more of these coming from Realtree. But we're going to have a live event with Michael Waddell. I think Michael and I are going to go hunting somewhere. And if Michael doesn't make it, or if I'm not on there for whatever reason, Philip Culpepper, my co-host for Spring Thunder, we'll be doing something Wednesday, hunting from one of our places down here in Alabama. And so we're going to go live the whole morning.
That's so
and
awesome. We're
going to have somebody looking at the Facebook Live comments. If you have any questions about calls we're using, guns, any kind of apparel, any kind of, any kind of shells we're using, we'll try to answer those live for you during the hunt. And hopefully Wednesday, if we get lucky enough, we'll have a bird go down on camera.
That's so awesome, man. That is too cool. Well, real quick, you mentioned the word apparel. Tell us about the new pattern.
Yep. So Realtree Edge is the new pattern. Dad's been working on that for the last 4.5, 5 years. Which, people are like, man, does it take really that long to develop a camo pattern? But I tell you, every time Dad comes to one of us and is like, you know what, I think I'm going to try this thing again. I think I can do it, better than the last one. I'm like, Dad, please don't, because I just don't ever think he can outdo it. But He's such a perfectionist. I think after a certain amount of time, he's like, you know what, I think I can make it better, more versatile for other, for hunters. And something this pattern really does. Not just for turkey hunting, but I elk hunted in it, mule deer hunted out west in Colorado, Montana, I was in Utah. There's so much versatility in this pattern. Something he's never done before that he's done with this pattern is the abstract background.
Wow.
And that abstract background really makes it blend in with the rocks and rocky terrain. But then you get in the hardwoods in Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, it looks just as good in there. And then we also have something else coming out that I can't really talk a whole lot about right now, but
sure.
Something new we're going to have for 2019 that I want to tell everybody so bad. We have another pattern coming out that I think turkey hunters, duck hunters, and even deer hunters are really going to like. So y'all be keeping the lookout for that. Coming from us, we're probably making an announcement sometime in December, and you should be able to buy products hopefully in January, February.
Well, Tyler, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll allow you to come on listen to the Eagle exclusively and break that new pattern in December.
Cool.
How about that?
Okay. That's great, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, look, for our Mississippi listeners, kind of share. You mentioned your dad, and he's behind all this. He's a driving force. He founded the company years ago. But kind of share the Mississippi ties that your dad and yourself have.
Yeah, so my dad, he was a year behind Archie Manning at Ole Miss. He was Archie's wide receiver. They were roommates. I'm pretty sure it was my dad's junior year. They were roommates. But he was there, I think, between 68 to 72.
Yeah.
And so I've grown up. Although he was born and raised in Columbus, Georgia, just like me. I've always grown up an Ole Miss fan. So that's kind of always been our ties. There are not a whole lot of Ole Miss folks around here, in this part of Georgia, but I've grown up always going to Ole Miss games since I was real little, and there's nothing. I love Oxford, Mississippi.
There's no place like it on earth. There's no place
like it.
Visiting with Tyler Jordan of Realtree, and just want to thank him again for coming on and promoting some Realtree products and the new pattern coming out, the Edge. Tyler, how does it work? We see Realtree everywhere, but it's actually not your apparel. I know y'all partner up with like
Right.
Under Armour, and who are some other partners, and how does that work?
Right. Yeah, we don't manufacture anything. So all we do is just drive demand for our product. All Dad does, he develops the camo pattern. That does take quite a bit to develop, to make sure it works on different types of fabrics. That is about when you go into designing the pattern, but not just that, the strike-offs, making sure it's right on all the different types of fabrics, material. That takes about 4.5 years, 5 years. It took a little bit longer on this one just because Dad had a lot of different testing he wanted to do around the country with it. But, we don't make anything. So all the branded stuff, even Realtree branded hats you see on our website, it's all licensed. So New Era is one of our hat companies. Obviously, some of the big apparel companies, Scentlock, Bandit Apparel, Drake Waterfowl, Nomad, but that's our pattern. We just help them go to market with our pattern.
That is so awesome. Well, it has been a wonderful story to watch it grow. It's no doubt y'all are global now, and it's just awesome to know that you got your Mississippi ties and what y'all are doing for the outdoors. That's one of our big stance here. We've got to be careful with our youth today, Tyler, because
of course
it's all technology and they're all wanting to sit at home on couches and chairs, and we've got to introduce them to the outdoors. So I appreciate not only what y'all do with the patterns, but man, these series and doing this live event and kind of just introducing everybody to get out to this great outdoors.
Yeah, well, that's what we're trying to do. I think that's one of our big things we're trying to push right now is getting kids more involved, and that's why we're doing these things like the live event, and so they can see it in real time. I think there's a lot of stuff you see on social media, Instagram, where you have comments maybe on somebody's pictures that are very negative, and that's not what hunting's about. I mean, it's about the experiences out there in the woods, sharing it with friends and family, and trying to get behind that and promote it. I think it would open a lot of eyes if you could just go out and try it. I mean, I've taken so many people for the first time, whether it be fishing or hunting, and then they turn into an outdoorsman, and they have a passion for it for the rest of their lives. And I think that's one of the best things you can do as somebody in the sport.
There's no doubt about it. Visiting with Tyler Jordan of Realtree. Tyler, again, I want to thank you for taking the time to come on and promote Realtree on Listen to the Eagle. Real quick, before I let you go, if you'll just share with our listeners one more time all the different avenues to see the Thunder Series and once again what's happening Wednesday.
Yeah, so Spring Thunder, new digital series, but not to get confused, we are doing a live event Wednesday. It's going to be called Spring Thunder as well. But if you want to go check out the digital series, springthundertv.com. And then for the live event, we're going to have random live events all throughout the year. The one that we're doing this Wednesday should be with Michael Waddell. We're going to go live starting early in the morning in Alabama. And then you can look for us, hopefully, in the coming weeks. We're going to Kentucky, Canada, Tennessee. We should be doing some live events from there. So y'all be sure to check it out. Never know what's going to happen. You can comment live during the episode. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can when we're not hunting, but hopefully that's something exciting for everybody to be a part of, and you'll see the action unfold as we do.
Well, look, always know anytime that John or Luke can't go with you call me. I'll be happy to tag along.
I will.
All right, Tyler.
We're actually coming over. Yeah, when we go over in Mississippi, we ought to do some hunting together.
Sounds great, buddy. Thanks again for being a part of Listen to the Eagle and everything y'all do at Realtree. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Sir. We got Dr. Clay Johnson on a quest, harvesting a turkey in all 49 states. He's going to update us. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back in. Listen to the Eagle. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Bert Ott Carruth coming to you live from the Reed's Metal Studio. I want to invite each and every one of you to go to reedsmetals.com. You need a good metal roof. You need a little hunting camp, metal building. Reed's Metals can hook you up all across the state of Mississippi. Paul, we're going to shift gears a little bit now to our next guest, Dr. Clay Johnson. As many of you know that Dr. Clay Johnson's a dear friend of mine. We grew up together down there in the Scenic Rivers region of Mississippi, and Clay has just been awesome to listen to the Eagle over the last 4 years, letting us kind of follow his quest. I've shared with y'all. I'm going to let him tell it again for those of you that are new to Clay's story and maybe hadn't heard, but hopefully he'll share it and also update us on his quest to harvest a turkey in all 49 states. So let's go now to the phone line. And Dr. Clay Johnson, welcome back, brother.
Thank you, Bert. Appreciate you having me on again tonight. Looking forward to catching up.
Man, there's no doubt about it. We've been talking about you. I don't know if anybody's been whispering in your ear that's been listening to the show. I've been telling them tonight was coming, that we're going to get the update tonight, but I don't want to start with that, and I don't even want to start with the story. I want to talk to you about something even cooler than what you're trying to accomplish is what you and your son accomplished this past week.
Man, I tell you what, it was a true blessing, Bert, to share a moment with your child like I did this past week. We went hunting on that Friday last week, and he got to take his first turkey, a longbeard at that, at the age of 5.
Oh my goodness!
I tell you what, it's just pure joy from a father's standpoint, just to see his reaction, and it was truly heaven sent. It really was, for one long beard to come in there and just strut around the decoy for 5.5 minutes, and he just couldn't quite get still long enough. But when he did, he let that little 410 roar.
Clay, did you have to make him be patient? Was he wanting to just wear it out in the beginning?
Ever since deer season, was over, he was telling me, he said, Dad, I want to shoot a turkey. I want to shoot a turkey by myself. And I said, well, we got to practice. We're not just going to walk out there and go hunting. So, we've been practicing with a little 22 cricket, single shot. And, I had a little scope on it. And so I got one of my dad's old 410s, and we adjusted it, modified it, and put that scope on it. So, he was ready. He was ready. He knew what to do. He knew where to shoot him at. And we had gone over it numerous times. It wasn't just a one-day show to go out there like that. So he was prepared. I was proud of him in that aspect. He put his time in.
Well, I've got chills with you sharing this story about Samuel, your son, because you know what it does. It takes me back to something that you allowed me to be a part of, and letting Bert Ott, me and my son, go out there on your land and a big youth weekend 2 years ago, and Kay got to harvest his first turkey. And then, of course, you helped me get all the things together and got that beard on a plaque for him. And I just know exactly what you're talking about, what you just went through, and it just gives me chills to hear it, and want to thank you for sharing it.
Well, you're more than welcome. And actually, where Samuel was able to take his first one was just about in that same spot where Bert Ott killed his as well.
Really? In that same open field right there?
That's correct. That's correct. I couldn't tell you how many firsts have been taken back there from young kids or even adults for that matter. It's just a special place right there.
Y'all don't go anywhere. You want to be a part of the show, 1-800-251-5891 or pound 444 if you C-Spire. Customer inspired like we are. We'll be right back with Dr. Clay Johnson. Welcome back in to listen to the Eagle, your live call-in radio show, hunting, fishing, God, family, and country. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Bert Ott Carruth, your host, coming to you live from the Reed's Metal Studio, and alongside Paul Ott down in beautiful Scenic Rivers region of Mississippi. But we've been visiting with Dr. Clay Johnson. If you've been listening over the last 4 years, Dr. Clay has been just wonderful to come on and kind of share with us his quest. If you don't mind, kind of frame this up for our first-time listeners, what you're trying to accomplish and how long ago and when this started.
Be glad to. There's 6 different subspecies of the wild turkey. You got the Osceola, the Eastern, the Rio Grande, the Miriam, the Goulds, and the Ocellated. And when you kill the 4, it's called a Grand Slam. That 4 being the Osceola, the Eastern, the Rio, and the Miriam, those are in the U.S. So that started back in probably 2001 that I got my first Grand Slam here in the U.S. And then went on to do the next slam, which is taking 5. That's adding the Goulds to the first 4, and they call that the Royal Slam. I did that in 2003. And then if you do all 6, when you add the 6th subspecies, which is the Ocellated, it's called the World Slam. And I completed that in 2005. And so and as I traveled in obtaining some of those subspecies, it just got to be where my friends and I, we would, try a different state and, just something fun to go do. And first thing you know, I had, 15 or so states under my belt. I just got the idea that I wanted to try to do what they call a U.S. slam, which is killing the 49, all 49 states that have a hunting season. That's kind of how it got started, just starting to do the slam, and then first thing led to another, and I just thought it would be a neat quest, a neat goal, being trying to kill the 49 states that have a legal hunting season.
I've been trying to tease everybody. We got to know how many states are left, and are we going to complete it?
Well, you're going to get a good laugh when you hear this, but the first 2 right off the bat would be Louisiana and Arkansas, my neighboring states.
And you did that for a reason.
That's correct. I strategically planned it if a trip got canceled so you can always drive to Arkansas or Louisiana.
Yeah.
So I saved those to the end. So I will be in Louisiana on opening day, which is the first weekend in April. I believe that's April the 7th. And then I will be in Arkansas on opening day, which is April the 9th.
Okay.
And then the other 3 states, I like 5.
Okay.
Just to clarify that, I like Delaware, Maryland, and Connecticut.
Okay.
And the way I have it planned, I will be in Delaware, which will be April the 14th, opening day. You cannot hunt on Sundays in any one of those remaining 3, Delaware, Connecticut, or Maryland. So I will be there that entire week from April the 14th to the 21st I will be in Maryland when it opens, I believe, on that Wednesday. And then I think it's the last week in April, I will be in Connecticut.
Well, you've got all of Listen to the Eagle behind you. I know Paul Ott's behind you. We wish you good luck. Tyler Jordan and the whole Realtree team wish you good luck.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me on the show. It's always a pleasure to be on here, and look forward to giving you an update when it's all said and done.
Paul Ott, I hope he knocks it out this year for him for this.
Yeah, I do too, Bert. I think he will. Knowing Clay, I believe he'll do it this year. If he don't, it'll be next year.
Yep. If you don't remember anything else, though, tonight, even though it was a great show, remember this. If you do things your way, you will get your results. Some good, some bad. If you'll stop and pray, you'll get his results.